By Bamal Shah, the CEO and founder of Raj Parth Achievers. How are you tonight, Bamal?
Awesome. Great, Blanca. Thank you for having me here today.
It's always a pleasure. And I am Blanca, the founder of the Laws of Life platform and the Laws of Life webcast network. So, tonight, Bamal, what is our breakthrough tonight? I look forward to this every week.
Right. So today I'm going to talk about something very unique and very different. It's the power of a buck. How can you just start and leverage just $1, something that you can offer for $1 to people, and you can take it to the next level? It's very powerful. And many people say, well, what can you do with a buck, And yes, you can do a lot. So in fact, you can join my Pioneers Club, bit.ly, the Pioneers Club, for a buck. All you have to do is buy the book on Amazon. And when you buy the book on Amazon, you go to the link, and you register yourself, upload the proof, and you're part of the club. The club is meeting on February 7th at 6 p.m. So if you buy the book, you'll be able to join and connect with hundreds of others of entrepreneurs. And systematically, month by month, we meet and we help you achieve your 3-year business goal in 1 year. So what could be a better deal? For a buck, you connect with hundreds of entrepreneurs, and you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year, and you get all the books. So that's the power of just $1, $1, and you can start a business. So
I love it. I love it. That sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what inspired you to write your book, Becoming a Pioneer?
So the purpose behind this, what I believe is, we are like all, struggling as entrepreneurs. Many of the entrepreneurs have challenges right now. But the main thing that I found is that many of the entrepreneurs, even after 15 years in the business, they fold, they go out of business. And which is a very high statistic. Like 80% of the small, 99.7% of businesses are small business, and 80% of businesses, they go out of business even after 15 years in the business. So I wanted to create a system, a timeless system that entrepreneurs can use year after year, to grow their business to the next level. And that is the purpose behind writing the entire book series. And basically, it walks entrepreneurs step by step on helping them achieve their next level growth. And not only that, now I'm building a community. So from a club, I go to a community. From the community, I go to a cohort. And so from the club, you become part of a community, which is a membership platform. But the club meets every month. And so once you buy the book, you go on the link. If you want to post a link, people can go on that link, and they register, they upload the proof of Amazon, they become part of the club, they meet, they connect with other entrepreneurs, and they walk away with some great results. So that is the mission, the purpose behind writing the book series, to create a timeless system for entrepreneurs to become pioneers. And pioneers are unique and different in what they do, and pioneers focus on exponential growth.
Why build something for negligible value?
So that is the low hanging fruit. So something, let's say for buck, you don't have to think about it, right? You don't have to spend too much time. You say, okay, if I get to connect with a lot of people, I get to meet Bimal as a trainer, will be there. He'll coach me. I mean, where am I going to get coaching for a buck? Where am I going to get consulting for a buck, right? So how does the whole process? It's very unique, and nobody else is doing it. Nobody else would do that, right? So that allows people to, and it allows you to build a greater community, a greater following. And then when the community is large, you can then lead them to wherever they need to, and build a whole cohort that you want to specifically work on. So my whole mission behind this and building it for a buck is to help. My goal is to help 1 million entrepreneurs, right? So
Wow.
1 million entrepreneurs make 1 million pioneers. So if I want to make a million pioneers, I got to scale. Have to go to a larger community. I have to go to a larger audience. And in order to attract a larger audience, I have to disrupt myself, right? So and show that how can they start. And so that's the power of a buck.
I love it. So, why do you think so many businesses do fail? What's the reason?
So one of the main reasons, and one of the things that I have seen why businesses fail, is because they don't focus on exponential growth. They focus on linear growth. Linear growth means you're thinking about 10%, 15%, 20%, but you're not thinking about doubling 5 times, 10 times, 20 times your business in 1 year. because it feels like that's too far fetched. It's impossible. I'll fail myself. I'm setting up myself for failure, and that's not necessarily true. So this book was written on doubling the business in 1 year. Okay, so that's the whole goal.
Wow. But the book alone, if someone reads the book, which currently now they can get your book for $1, correct?
Yep, on Amazon for 99 cents.
So everyone out there, go to Amazon, and if you ask a question on tonight's show, you get the book for free. So I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And looking for questions from our audience tonight. So give me some questions. I want to see some engagement. Everybody at the summit was so excited for you to be there. They were really excited.
So I'm
Um,
going to share a screen on the Pioneers Club. Quickly I can share a screen if
go
like
for it.
okay. So this is about the Pioneers Club. Let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, now we can. We should be able to see it now.
Okay.
Now we can
All right.
see your screen.
Okay, so the Pioneers Club, for a buck, the whole concept is people can join. So I'm going to get, they get the number one book on Amazon, which is currently becoming a pioneer. And they can get the book at bit.ly/Bimal Books. Now, the reason for bringing the Pioneers Club for a book and also for a buck is because usually when you buy a book or when you buy an article or when you buy an audio book, there's three types of people. Okay, and I'm going to share that, and that's the design this that makes it easy for people to get the maximum from the book. They get me as an access. They get a $500 value for $1, and they all connect with other pioneers in the room. So, and they get joined the Pioneers Club. So you get to join the club for a buck. As all you have to do is buy the book, and you can scan the QR code. So basically, there's three things. You don't have time to read, you started it but not yet done, or you did it. So for folks who did it or don't have time to read, we'll complete the exercises when we meet during the club meeting. Okay. You finish the chapter takeaways, there's breakout rooms. You finish the book in 30 minutes and you provide a great review for me on Amazon. For those who are partial, we build a community. There's customized actions, there's chapter takeaways, there's breakout rooms, and there's membership to the Pioneers community. And for those who have completed finish, they get invited to a mastermind. They get breakout, they get membership, they get a $4.95 reward. So all of these other benefits for doing and finishing the book or reading, completing the book on Audible, and they get access to one of these platforms, Learn, Grow, or Scale, on the Pioneer community. So that was the main thing about the Pioneer Club for a buck. It's so amazing. They walk away, they get access to this dashboard, and they get to score their business. They get written plans. So imagination is more powerful than knowledge. So that's just a quick overview of what the Pioneers Club is, and just wanted to share that.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And I will say just a personal testimonial. This is Blanca, the founder of the Laws of Life platform, and I can tell you that my business has grown exponentially by working with you, Bamal Shah, the coaching, the written materials, the tools that are part of this membership. And what I always tell people, my law of life on this is you have to commit to a collection or a platform. And you don't have to commit to only one, but choose two or three platforms that benefit you. And the Rajparth Achiever platform, the Pioneer membership program, is one of those because you do have so many different levels. You can start at the learn level, grow into the grow level, and then scale into the scale level. So there's three different levels of membership and three different opportunities to succeed. And if you do the homework, I promise you will grow. And a lot of people are really, really, really burnt out by this pandemic. Their businesses have suffered. And it's a lot about this is mind state. What's your advice to the entrepreneurs looking to make 2022 brighter?
So one of the things I talk in the book as well is how to be, successful in uncertain environments. Okay, and then be very, and I'm creative about that, and I talk about exponential growth, and I talk about how the book series can actually help them also grow exponentially. Now, the way you do it in uncertain environments is, one is U stands for unique. Okay. So if you try to become unique, and I'll spell out the whole word uncertain, new stands for new. Okay. So you always try to pivot and come up with something new. When there is something new and there's exciting, people are excited. Like the Pioneers Club is something new that I came up with, right? It didn't exist before, but it exists now, and you can join the club for $1. All you have to do is, $1, and you join the club. Then C stands for confidence. You need to have confidence. Confidence comes from clarity. E stands for, you do want to espionage. I mean, espionage means you want to see what your competitors are doing, and you leverage your competitor's weakness and convert it into strength. We've talked about this. It has helped you as well. So, great, great resource there. And then R is you talk about reality. You get a reality check as where you are currently so you can bridge the gaps. T stands for transparency. Okay, where you're completely truthful to yourself and you're truthful about the progress that you're going to make. No matter what is going through, you will have audacious goals. Okay, you will have things that you would be focused on, and you're looking at everything incoming. I stand for everything incoming, whether it's money, cash flow, thoughts, people. Everything that you're taking in is as feedback. You're not walking away from it. And the last N stands for where you have to take it and scale to the exponential. It's the nth level. So you're multiplying, infinity 10 times. You're multiplying the infinity, the exponential, and that's the n factor, what we call. When you studied in math, that was the factorial, right? You multiply permutation, combination. If people have taken math, you multiply, you put an n to it, and that signifies multiplication, right? Your exponential factor. So that's the growth factor that you have to build in growing a business. So yes, you can during uncertain times, and it's a formula that will work in certain times and uncertain times, regardless of whether you're good or bad situations.
That's amazing. But confidence, what's your advice for people that do lack it? What are the best tools to build it?
So I have a tool called the Confidence Journey, and it's a 7 C's to confidence. And they can, if they scan the QR code, they'll be able to access the tool. And if you want to put the link to the Pioneers Club, bit.ly, the Pioneers Club,
Sure.
and T
I,
capital, P capital, C capital. So
absolutely.
bit.ly, the Pioneers Club. Now, when you take confidence, it starts with clarity. So once you need clarity, you can't get on the confidence journey without first having clarity on where you want to go. Second starts with commitment or courage.
Oh, we got some feedback from the audience. Tina Izell, who was at the summit that met you today, says she loves it. And Johnny Regan says, how does he join? Thanks for your
So
feedback, Tina.
bit.ly, yeah, go into bit.ly and the Pioneers Club. If you want to put that, I'll put that. Yeah, just there's no spacing in between.
Yep.
The Yeah, just
Just
remove
type it
the.
all in bit.ly// the Pioneers Club, and that'll take you right to the website. And then you can pick which membership do you think they should start off
So the
with?
Pioneers Club, it's only $1. There's no
$1.
other memberships.
$1 to join the Pioneers Club.
Yeah,
Boom.
you just have to buy the book on Amazon, and there's no spacing in between the T and P and C. So if you want, I can post the link in the chat, and Johnny can then get the link.
Yeah, I'll just remove the spaces. No big deal.
Yeah, there's just no
Um,
spacing
but yeah, basically it's bit.ly, the Pioneers Club. So the deal is you have to buy the book
on
and then
Amazon.
you join the Pioneers Club. There you go. So the
Yeah.
power of a buck. So once they become a pioneer, what's the experience going to be like for them?
So once they become a pioneer, what happens is they then become part of the club. The club meets every month. Every month they get a copy of the book. Okay, so they buy it on Amazon. They come and they join the club, and there are other pioneers they connect with. So there's there's hundreds of other people, and there will be breakout rooms for people who started reading the book, people who didn't read the partially read the book, or people who finished reading. Separate sections, and I'll be joining in with each one of them, talking to them, and they'll be sending surveys beforehand. So I'll be very specifically customizing the presentation, the talk that's related to what they can complete in the book. Okay. So they walk away with specific takeaways, and they get specific rewards as to what they need based on their goals, pains, challenges, frustrations. So that's what they get. So
And what's the term? What's the term of the Pioneer membership? This Pioneer.
so it is ongoing. All you have to do is it will be 12 months. So like for example, every month when you buy
12
a book.
months.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
every month when you buy a book on Amazon, because there's 12 book series, right? So $12, something like that.
All
So
right,
if
so
you
you're spending $1 a month. You're buying a new Pioneer book every month, and that keeps you
right,
in the club. So it's basically $1 a month, and they're buying your book, and they're getting
exactly.
access to you. That's incredible.
Yeah, access to me and other pioneers in the room. They join the club, we meet on Zoom, you go on breakout rooms, we do some exercises, you walk away with some takeaways, and then you get to the next steps. Now you
Oh,
come
well,
back
actually,
again.
let me ask you a question. Johnny asked a great question, which means he gets a free copy of Becoming a Pioneer. Is that right?
So, Johnny, here's what I'll do. So, you want to join the club, and you can't join the club without the book on Amazon. So, here's what I'll do. I'll send you a paperback signed copy myself if you buy the Kindle version on Amazon. So,
Okay, there you go.
you'll get the paperback signed copy of my book, and the book is
Perfect.
called Becoming a Pioneer. Buy it on Amazon, and then Blanca will send me the address and everything.
Johnny
So,
says that he's joining now. And I just want to remind everyone the power of the summit today. People bought Bamal's book at the summit, The Power of Webcasting and Live Streaming, where we're literally having conversations with people that are part of our community. And Johnny, thank you for joining the Pioneer Club. Obviously, I'm a member of the Pioneer Club. So when is our next meeting, Bamal?
February 7th. That's when the first meeting of the Pioneer Club is.
Okay.
And so I'll see you, Johnny, at that. You'll get an email with the link to register. So if you signed up and did everything, you should get that. It's all automated, it's all structured. So you should have that. And Johnny, since you're on the call, would love to answer what's your biggest pain, challenge, or frustration?
Ooh,
What's
what a
one
great
thing
question.
the most?
Johnny, if you're still there, do you want to answer what your biggest pain point is? We'd love to hear your feedback, any comments, any feedback. I'm not sure if Johnny, he may be busy signing up right now, so he doesn't. But February 7th is the next meeting of the Pioneer Club. And it's such a wonderful way to stay connected to Vimal Shah, the founder of Rajparth Achievers.
For a buck.
We are
All
growing
for a buck.
together. What?
All for a buck. Just $1, right?
All the stuff. And I just want to remind everyone that everything that's happening is because of community, okay? And it's because of consistency. Bamal, this is his, what is this, your 49th
48.
episode?
Yeah.
48th episode, 2 years of live streaming. It's happening. It's happening. The magic is coming alive. I want you guys to start. How did you like the summit today? How did you find
It
that
was good. It
experience?
was awesome. This was you raised a lot of money. So okay, so great question. How do you build automation? Um, so I'll answer your summit was awesome because it was the first time, and it shows your commitment. You put in $400 for as many people that showed up. There was donations that were happening. So it was one of the most powerful meetings that you've had in a while. So this was great meeting, great summit. I sold the copies of my books, so that was great.
How many
Um,
copies did you sell today? Do you know?
I didn't count, so I didn't check, but
Okay.
I've been busy working. But Johnny, to answer his question on automation, automation happens with systems, with processes, with structure. So to give you an example of automation, in marketing, you can build sequences, right? So like, for example, the perfect example of automation is the Pioneers Club. The Pioneers Club is built on automation. So if somebody signs up on the landing page, they put in their information, they'll get an email saying that here's the link to register for the next event. And when they click that, they will get a follow-up email for the follow-up event, and follow through where, hey, here the next book is getting launched. Here's the date. Here's the link. So it's a sequence that will follow through. So that sequence is already built for a full year. I don't have to do anything.
That's amazing. And that's a lot of ways that we can collaborate together too, utilizing the CRM systems. And once again, this has been an amazing episode of the Laws of Business Breakthroughs. Johnny, thank you for your feedback tonight and for becoming a pioneer. Tina, thank you for your feedback, and thank
Tina,
you
let's ask
everyone.
Tina a question. Tina, what's your question?
Do you have any questions, Tina? The floor is open. All right. Well, this has been an amazing episode of the Laws of Business Breakthroughs. I want to remind everyone that tomorrow night at 5 o'clock p.m. is our free digital course at 5 o'clock p.m., taught by Joey Lewis and I, where we'll be teaching Canva, how to make your own social media graphics, and we'll be teaching Facebook Creative Studio so you can schedule your social media. Bamal, thank you for all you do to support the Laws of Life Network and for being a broadcaster in our community. And congratulations on starting your third year of broadcasting.
Thank you very much. I hope to go on forever.
I love it. It's a great way to share your laws of business breakthroughs.
Let's make
Have
a
a,
million pioneers together.
what's your number one law tonight?
So number one law tonight is always chase 1 million target, not money, but 1 million transformations, 1 million something that you're going to help that many people. And I think that's power in that number, because when you chase that number, things happen.
I love it. All right. Well, once again, everyone, thank you for watching, and we will see you here every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Bring your questions next week and join the Pioneer Club today. See you next time.
All right. Thank you, Blanca.